Right, welcome, Indy 5. Let's talk about it. Let's also talk about James Mangold video that disappeared. As you may know, I have changed the style of content that I make. I wasn't even going to make that video, to be perfectly honest. And I just chose to delete it. I don't want anything to do with sort of angry people and angry topics and people just being angry on the internet anymore. I was in two minds whether I wanted to make it or not. I saw the feedback and I was like, nah, you know what? Fuck this. Like, I'm good. I'm full. There's no room at the inn, the Virgin Mary says. So I just deleted it. But I do need to address something with respect to Indiana Jones 5, something which I was actually wrong about. So this is kind of an exclusive, because I do have a source working on this film. And I did a video based around this, right? This was some information that dropped, right? This was some rumours, some leaks that dropped a while ago. And I did some video on it, which I'm actually really glad I made the video on, because... one, I learned more information out about the film, which was exactly the same when I did the initial video saying, oh, he's going to space. And then I got confirmed that he's not going to space. Shut up. So I'm glad that I made this video because I actually learned about some stuff which I wasn't even aware of. Predominantly the Bell thing. Like, I like, I like World War II history, but I've never been one for the sort of, I guess, conspiracy cult theories that were around it. And it's not even, that does a disservice really, because it's not even conspiracy cult theories, because the Nazis did actually do stuff which were diabolical, but were pushing the boundaries of science and trying to, work in the occult and all manner of things. Like, they did a lot of different things, but I'd never heard about this stuff. I'd never heard of the Bell. I'd literally never heard of it. So when I made this video and I said, oh, this little Dalek looking thing, people were like, no mate, that is Die Glock. And I was like, what? What is this? So I'm glad I made the video because I really did learn a lot more about it. And this is the stuff that I'm talking about. So top left corner now is the Die Glock or Die Glock, which again, people have corrected me on. It's It's like a vibration device that would be anti-gravity but also time travel or something like that. Which is just insane. Like, absolutely mental stuff that they were working on. Middle right now is apparently where this thing was housed. This is a real location. I believe people were saying it was in Poland. Left of the screen now is an image of what looks to be Mads Mikkelsen's character. And then we just scroll down to tanks, bikes, UFO-looking cars, things, flying machines, which apparently they were actually made as well. And then we get some wormholes. Now, I did a video on all of this. I sort of broke it down. I discussed it all. And I was like, wow, if this is where they're going, this does actually sound a lot like, and agreeably so, it sounds a lot like what I would imagine in Indiana Jones film to sound like. Because this is Indiana Jones, isn't it? Nazis have always been a part of Indiana Jones. I would expect nothing less than Nazis and the occult. That is basically what they have been about. And I quite liked that idea. But then I got reliably informed, and it is reliably informed. I still could be wrong. This does come from a source. Take it with a grain of salt, but I believe them. They are a trusted source on other things. That this was actually leaked on purpose. Which I think actually goes some way into this discussion of Mangold as well, which I'm going to get to in a second, because I sort of just breezed over it at the start, didn't I? But this was apparently, from what I can tell, leaked on purpose to throw people off the scent. Because I don't think they quite expected as many leaked photos as they did. All right, I don't think Disney try and keep a lot under wraps. They're pretty good at it normally, but my God, there's been a lot of leaks on this film already. Like, they're the first week into principal photography, and there was just photos after photos after photos of everything going on. And maybe that's a combination of a few things. People in the UK been on lockdown for like a year and a half, and they're just going out and they're sick of it all, and they're like, oh my God, wow, what's going on over here? Photos, who knows? Or the fact that, people are just enjoying the heat, i.e. me as well. We probably don't look a bit sunburnt, but I am. And they're just out and about taking photos of stuff. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. But I don't think they were expecting quite so many leaks that happened. And I think that they decided to apparently release this, throw people off the scent. So I've been reliably informed, and it is reliably informed. It is someone that, you know, has been a very reliable source in the past. People who've watched my channel for any length of time, when I've said, yeah, this happens, this happens, this happens, then you go and watch the movie. 9 times out of 10, I am right. So you can believe it or not, you can take it with a pinch of salt. It doesn't really matter. But apparently, this was leaked on purpose to throw people off the scent. And this goes, again, like I said, some way into this whole Mangold situation. Now, I don't want to talk too much about it. I deleted the video for a reason. I'm just, like, you guys may have known, I've changed my content recently. I'm so sick of just producing the same type of content as everyone else. And everyone just sits in their echo chamber talking about the same things. And that's not to say that I am then purposely going out my way to be a contrarian, for instance, which was someone's comment. I genuinely think a director has the right to defend their movie. And I think ultimately, if, say, this was released for that purpose, to throw people off the scent, Disney are pretty annoyed with Mangold. So then having someone who... Because the point is, people were saying, oh, that he's disrespecting the fans. I don't think Matthew Kaddish is acting in a fan capacity at that point. He's not. He's a content creator. Odin's Movie Blog's a content creator. They're not acting as fans. They're not acting in the capacity of being a fan. They are acting in the capacity of being a content creator. You can be both. You can be. But are you acting as a fan in that point? I don't think so. I would imagine you're 9 times out of 10, you're probably just acting in the capacity of being a content creator. Much like the other people that have then reported on this and things like that. You know, I can sit here and say, you know, all this stuff about Indiana Jones. And I'm not sitting here, you know, talking as someone who, you know, I'm talking as a presenter here. I'm presenting the news to you. I'm presenting what I know. So journalism, I guess you could say it, from people that I know working on this film. And I'm reporting on it. I'm not acting as a fan when I'm reporting on it. I then act as a fan when I give my opinion on it after the fact. When I go, well, look, you know, somewhat concerned, I guess, by the age situation, things like that. But I wouldn't then, you know, be annoyed if someone then trashed me for saying that. Because I'd be like, well, yeah, that's fine. I understand people would be a little bit annoyed about things like that. But anyway, I just thought I'd break down and explain it a little bit. This is a correction to say that allegedly, exclusively, this isn't actually legit. This is actually fake. Given out to throw people off the scent. Now, I could be wrong on that. I may very well be wrong on that. If I am wrong on that, I'd actually be pretty happy, to be honest, to be wrong on this, because I actually think this is a really cool idea. Like, a really cool idea. But I have been told that it's to throw people off the scent. The whole Mangold situation, guys, I've changed my content. I don't want to be, you know... I get lumped in with the Fandom Menace all the time. I'm not part of the Fandom Menace. I've never been part of the Fandom Menace. I'm not interested in it. I don't care. You know, it's called Mr. H Reviews. I watch movies. I review movies. I talk about news. I review the news. I'm not interested in being a part of that group. I don't want to be a part of that group. I'm happy to be completely separate from them. And I changed my content recently. I don't want to be a person that just sits here mouthing off badly about angry things, being angry. I'm not interested. My life is much better without just sitting around being angry about stuff. That ultimately, if you're angry about it 9 times out of 10 all the time, you should probably not be angry about it, because you should probably expect that these things happen. Why is anyone surprised that half these things happen anymore? I just don't understand it. Now, you could be a little bit, you know, perturbed, but it shouldn't come as a surprise. You shouldn't be like, oh my god, this is so shocking. It's like, no, like, come on. And Indy being old... Let's see how it's executed. You know, I still have reservations over his age. You know, him running around is going to look real bad. But is it going to be executed in the correct way? I.e., maybe they make a joke out of it. Maybe he will make a cantankerous joke about it in film. That's good execution. That could be hilarious. Because there are quips and there are funny little lines from Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones. That could work quite nicely. If they paint him out to be an action star, no, that will actually suck like massive balls. So there you go. I was apparently wrong on this. Just happy to throw out the correction. James Mangold vid, deleted. I don't care. Don't want to hear about it. I didn't even really want to make the video. I just hadn't made anything else, so I started to talk about it, and I was like, I think I've got a valid point on this, but ultimately, at the end of the day, I even said it's going to be an unpopular opinion, and I just don't want to. I don't want anything to do with it anymore. I don't want anything to do with that whole sort of angry man sat down being an angry guy and all that kind of stuff. I'm much happier making the content I make now. Anyway, cheers.